Right. Let's start today's session. So in the last session of Python, we were discuss about how to download Python software and also how to install it and complete the setup of Python we were discussing in the last session. In today's session, I'm going to discuss about language fundamentals. That means most important fundamental concepts which related to Python. Before going to discuss that, let's open our project, which I was created in the last session, especially in PyCharm editor. So first let's move to PyCharm editor. So PyCharm community editor. So let's open it. And to open existing project, so in general, whatever we open in the last time in the PyCharm editor, that project will be loaded by default. In case if you want to open or if you want to go to your project location, simply you can go to file menu in PyCharm editor and click on open. So I need not to create a new project because already created in the last session that I want to open it. So click on open and you can find the location where you saved last time your project. I have saved that project into E drive. So let's select this Python full stack 7 AM is the project name, and that project need to be selected and open it. And there are few options are available. This window means completely the project 7 AM project will be override with this Python project 11:30. But new window means it's completely open in new window. Attach means that Python project 7 AM is going to attach it onto this window, means both projects can be simultaneously can work. But I'm trying to do this window. So it's open into here. Now this is previously what we created project and what we discuss also. So a simple basic programming I have started in the last session. So how to deal with a Python project in PyCharm editor, and you can able to write many files here. So easily we can able to manage the codes are here. Okay, so this is what. Now coming to this, in today's lecture, most important fundamental concepts I'm going to discuss are. So these fundamental concepts are very, very important. So you must and should aware of these fundamental concepts. Then it will be easy to write the program in all the topics in upcoming sessions. So what are the fundamental concepts means? First important concept is Python indentation. So this is most of the beginners get confused here in the context of Python indentation. But I'd like to tell you clearly what is indentation, how it will work. So difference between other languages and Python in the context of indentation is what we'll discuss. And coming to this next fundamental concept that is called comments in Python. And next keywords are reserved words. Also, we can call it as keyword or reserved words. And next identifiers. Next variables, and then finally multiple assignment. Yes, multiple assignment. These are the fundamental concepts which is really required to start logical programming in Python. So you should know about these all rules and regulations in Python programming. First, let's talk about Python indentation. So indentation means what? Okay, let's see this. So I'm writing the program here, which is not possible to execute in Python. I'm writing program just to explain the indentation levels, how it is possible in Python. But this program is completely related to other languages like C, C++, Java, okay, other languages related program it is. So it will not work in Python, but just I want to compare that. So in any language like C language or C++ language or any language, so this is the code int I equals to 10. This is declaring the variable and assign the value. And if condition I'm writing, don't worry about the if condition. I'll explain if condition syntax and everything in coming sessions in the logical statements. But here in my intention is to explain about indentation. You just concentrate on indentation. So if I equals to 10. So this is what actually comparison. I declare I value 10. So 10 equal to 10. That means what? 10 is matching with the 10. Then I can say I should come into if block. So if block, if it is Java, for example, system.out.println, it is what print statement. True, I can say that, for example, true. Else, if I equals to 10 is not matching, then I can say else block, open bracket, close bracket. So now here s dot out dot system dot out dot println false, I can say that. This is actually program, but this will not work in Python. But just I want to compare this, how other programming language code and same program in Python, how to write. Just I want to compare. Look at this program closely. There are two blocks are there in this program. One is if block, next one is else block. But in general, in other programming languages, to consider a block of code, we use generally curly braces. These are the delimiters also, we can call it as delimiters or curly braces or flower brackets, anything. So these two open and close in between, how many statements are there? That all statements under comes into if block. And here also else block is having again delimiters, open delimiter, close delimiter is there. And these also in this bit in between, whatever the statements are there, these are under comes into else blocks. So here two blocks are there. Two blocks are clearly available. So each block will execute separately. So my requirement is what? If else block I'm using. So if else condition process means what? If this condition is true, it evaluates to true, then control flow will jump into if block only. If this condition is evaluates to false, then control will jump into else block only. So this is the logic actually. But this style of code is common in every language like C, C++, Java, C#, .NET. But in Python, it's not work. The reason is in Python, to consider a block of code, we use indentation, not curly brackets or delimiters. So the indentation is how it is means 4 spaces indentation generally. 4 spaces. 4 spaces. So to consider a block of code in Python, we must and should use 4 spaces. But 4 is not compulsory, but at least 1 space is required. I'll tell you why 4 I'm suggesting you. So 4 spaces is nothing but indentation to consider a block of code. So for more clarity, let's look into this. I'm going to write same logic in the context of Python. But where I'm writing the logic, you can observe here, I'm writing this code into Notepad, so that you'll understand why I'll not suggest to write a code in Notepad now. Because there is no IntelliSense, there is no suggestions, and there is no guidance. So directly you should take care how to write a program clearly. So let's write a code in Notepad first. Let's open a Notepad. Notepad is also one of the text editor. It's a plain text editor. So here I'm writing code in Notepad, sir. Just look at this Notepad code. So I equals to 10. So in Python, you need not to specify any data type. That's what I didn't use any int I equals to 10 like this. Even semicolon also not required in Python, but if you give also, it will not be wrong. So it is correct only, no problem. So here I'm writing if I equals to 10. So colon is must here. This is Python syntax. But as I said that I'm not explaining about if block, else block. I'm explaining about indentation, just concentration on indentation now. Later we'll come across about if block, how it will work, what is the syntax and all. But look at this, if I equal to 10, as soon as when we hit the enter button, cursor is blinking in the starting position. Usually programmer can start writing the code from there. That means true. Again, next line, else block I'm writing here. And again, programmer starts writing the code from starting only, false. Done, sir. This is a very simple statement that logically it look like good, but structurally it's not like it's not good. Okay, the reason is why I'll tell you. So I value 10. 10 I'm comparing with 10 because double equal to is a comparison operator or relational operator. Even operators also will discuss in detail. So print true. If it is condition is true, print true. Else condition is what? Sir, if condition is false, prints false on. Like, let's save this one. Control S, and I'm saving into my E drive. The file name is just I'm taking test1.py. Okay, test1.py. I'm saving into E drive, sir. Let's click on save. You can minimize it because I have to edit it later. So I have saved the file in E drive. So let's open command prompt. So you know how to run the code or script file using command prompt. So I'm just moving into E drive location. After that, to run this Python script, simply Python space test1.py. Look at the code once which we have written. According to this code, I value 10, 10 equal to 10 matching, but we are expecting true. But look at the output here, Python space test1.py. Then you are going to get some indentation error. Look at this indentation error. So expected an indented block after if statement on line number 2. Okay, that you just observe here closely this notepad script. Now, what is the problem here? In this program, each and every line is going to treat it as a separate line. There is no block code. That means if block don't have any statements, else block don't have any statements. These statements are there, but it's not treated them in a block. So why? Because all are in the same line. There is no indentation levels. But in other languages, programmers generally use to consider a block of code delimiters like curly brackets. But in Python, we should use spaces instead of curly brackets. So I have not used any space here after if block statements. So to bring these statements under the if block, at least one space or 4 spaces or any number of spaces also, but at least one is required. I'm just giving here 4 spaces, and this is coming to if block now. And also I'm giving here 4 more spaces here, else block, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this statement under comes into else block. Now it is correctly work. Now Control S, save it, and go back to your command prompt and write this command again, Python space test1.py, enter. We expected the result correctly, that is true. The reason is here I value 10, 10 is matching with 10, comparing this, and if it is correct, it will true. For example, if I use 100, now Control S for saving, 100 equal to 10, not correct. If not correct, then control will jump into else block. Inside the else block statement, what is that? False. Let's run this again. Python space test1.py, then false. So this is the way to write the code. So why I don't recommend initially writing Python program in Notepad means you have to take care the block consideration like indentation levels where it is required, and it will not suggest you as a new to Python programming. So that's what you will get confused. So this is what to manage the code. But sir, 4 spaces compulsory required? No, at least 1 space is required. You can see this. 1 space is required and more spaces also required. Any number of spaces you can take, no problem. But at least 1 space is required. 1 space if you give also, then it will work fine, sir. No problem. Even 1 space if you give, then it will work fine. Just a moment. See here. Go ahead, go ahead.
So in PyCharm, we don't have to put the space, right? In Notepad, we have to put the space, at least 1 space.
Yes, yes. 1 space you have to put, otherwise it will not allow you to execute the code. So because this is indentation levels, automatically it don't capture actually. You have to take care all. But in PyCharm, that is not required. You can see this. I'm writing same code in PyCharm editor also. So let's add a new file. right click over there in your project and new Python file. So test2. And now you can see same code I'm writing here. Int I equals to 10, I equals to 10, matching. As soon as when we hit the enter button, now you can see here, oh, just a moment, test.py. If I equals to 10, and as soon as when we enter this, so look at this cursor is blinking after 4 spaces, leaving automatic indentation level. And no need to get any confused here while writing PyCharm code. So that means it's clearly indentation levels automatically traced according to programming structure, where it is required, where it is not required, it will capture easily.
So in what condition do we have to use 2 equal? In the second line, there is a 2 equal, I is equal to, there are 2 equal sign, right?
Yeah,
2 equal symbol on the second line. And
that's what actually this is. My intention is now indentation explanation, but operators and logic we will explain in upcoming session. But anyway, you're asking no. So single equals to means assignment. Just I am assigning 10 value to the I variable. And double equals to means comparison. You can compare the values. So I value holding already 10. 10 is comparing with this 10. Both are matching. Then control shift into if block. If not, then it will go to else block.
Okay, thank you.
This is relational operator, double equals to, and single equal to is the assignment operator. So this is now coming to this. These are the indentation level only in Python. To consider the block of code, then we use indentation. Any block, not only if else block, even in upcoming session, we will write some for loops, while loops, and also inside the function, inside the class, so many blocks we can write. No, so in that context, automatically 4 space indentation level will be set. Suppose look at this here. I'm writing code inside the for loop. Suppose for loop, this is actually for I in the range of 10. So you need not to think about how it will work, but in upcoming session I'll discuss. But look at this, as soon as when we enter the key, so automatically cursor is blinking where? Here. This is what cursor is blinking here, 4 space. But even in the next program, in the previous program, you can see this. I'm hitting Control Z. Even if you don't follow the indentation levels in PyCharm also, you can go back to the cursor here. You can see move back. So again, you will get indentation error. But error clearly here notifying in the writing the code only. When we place mouse pointer here, you can see statement expected or statement expected. And now when we place mouse pointer, something is raising here and the underline red squiggly here clearly. Okay, that means you will notice that something is going to wrong. So let's run this one. Again, you will notify this indentation error in this error list. So at least one space indentation error. So one space is required, sir, and more spaces also. Okay, fine, no problem. Let's run this. We got the output clearly. So this is Python indentation, and please take care. So you should you should follow the indentation levels completely, especially whenever you are writing the block code, if block, else block, for loop block, while loop block, inside the class, inside the functions. So you have to leave the spaces, curly brackets instead of. Okay, so this is indentation, 4 spaces. Look at this in PyCharm editor. Why 4 spaces is recommend by default means this is the default setting actually. Even we can able to change the settings also. You can continue with 2 space indentation, single space indentation also. But note this point in the PyCharm editor on the bottom corner, we can notice that some standards are there here. 4 space indentation already sets here. Indent 4 spaces in this. In the bottom corner, right hand side, you are looking 4 spaces in PyCharm editor. Yeah, that's it. So this is about indentation, very basic and fundamental concept. You should take care while writing the code. Other fundamental concepts are pretty simple. And now you can see comment section I'm doing. So sometimes in this comment section is common for every programming language. So programmers, they'll write a lot of code into their code. But if they don't want to execute sometimes some lines of code, then they'll put that lines of code into comment section. So what is the meaning of comments means? Generally, if you don't want to execute some lines of code, then you can ignore that lines from the execution. Then you can put that lines into comment section. Whenever you put some comments for lines of code, then your Python interpreter will exclude that lines from the execution. It will not include. So whenever you don't want to execute the code, I don't recommend to delete that code. Instead of delete, you can put this into comment section. So later, whenever it is required, so if you want to execute that back code, then you can uncomment that. So comments are useful for that, one of the reason. Another main reason is, so you are a programmer. Right now, you are involving the code in the application environment, but you have written a lot of code and a lot of application statements. But due to some reason, you left from the company. So in place of your role, some developer came. So if some developer, the developer should understand what the previous developer has written the code and what was the purpose of that code. So you should understand well. So that's what you can better to leave the comments or description about your program. So whenever the new person or new developer can hand over your code, they can understand easily by looking your comment section. So whatever the comments you want, you can write in your program. That comments you cannot, it will not include in the execution part. Your interpreter will exclude from the execution. But how to do the comments in Python? Simple. See here in my program right now, you're looking a lot of statements. So simply I can say hello also. So this is total one block of program, and this is my additional statements print hello. So once I execute this test2, now you can see we got this program output and also hello also printing in the output window. Both are coming here. True because of this program logic, and hello also is here. But I don't want to execute line number 7. How to do this? You can put this line into comment section. How to do comment section in Python? Simple. Before line, you can give the hash symbol. This is comment. So now this will not execute in the execution process. It will not consider this line in the execution process. It will exclude. Again, uncomment means you can remove this hash symbol. But look at this. I'd want to do comments all 5 lines here. Each line I need not to visit, and I need not to give any hash symbol before the line. Because if you think like 100 lines of code is there, 100 times you need not to keep this. So how to set this all lines into at a time comment section, that is called multiple lines if you want to set the comment. So there is a shortcut key. So you just select this all lines, how many you want to comment, and control /. So you can hit this control /. I'm writing this command here in the comment section, ctrl +/. Again, if you want to uncomment, now you can say these lines are in the comment section. It won't work out now. So hello is only working because it's not in comment. Again, you want to release this comment, that means uncomment, select these lines, again, hit this control +/. So it is uncomment now. So this is very simple. It's not a big deal. So whenever you don't want to execute any statements, just put the comment, and whenever it is required, you can uncomment it. Or else you can write your description of program also. Any description you can write. Just I'm using Django code here. So this is description, you can fill it. You can write your own statements like this. So these statements will not be considered at the time of execution. So this is another simple concept, comments. Now coming to this, keywords or reserved words. See, every programming language is having keywords or reserved words. So reserved words means what? The words which are reserved for particular purpose. The words which are reserved for particular purpose, you can use that words for the same purpose only. Purpose should not be changed. So if you change the purpose of the word, it won't work. I mean to say, some keywords or reserved words are designed in Python for particular cause. So for what cause purpose that was designed, you should use for same cause only. You cannot use as your own purpose. So every programming language is having keywords and keywords will convey a special message or special meaning to the interpreter at the time of execution. For example, in your program, if I use one keyword, that keyword through interpreter can recognize programmer is expecting something. Suppose if I write a keyword called def, keyword is there in Python, for example. So when I use def keyword, then interpreter can get the signal to define the function. So we are conveying a proper message to the interpreter by using keywords in our program. So how to get the keywords list in Python? So what are the keywords are there? I want to see in Python programming means it's very simple. So let's add a new file. So I'm writing just new program every time. So for clarity, otherwise we can also edit in one program also, no problem. So to get the keyword list, I recommend this. Import is a library, a keyword, and keyword is a library, sir. It's a library name. As I said that Python supports huge standard libraries. So these libraries are I'm using directly here. So after that, if you want to print the keyword list, print keyword.kw list. Okay. So keyword is a library name, which I'm importing here. And KW list is a class name. This class can have all the keywords within it in the list format. Let's see this. Once I run this, look at this. Whenever you run this test2 is running. Previously, what I executed test2. So in the output window, it is available test2. So if you want to run test3, so you can right click on test3.py tab and run it. So note this, you have a lot of keywords in this list. So keywords are available here, keywords. So here all keywords are available. All keywords are available. False, none, true. These all keywords are there. But in this all keywords, false, none, true are starting letter as capital. But remaining letters are small letters clearly. So you can see this because Python is a case sensitive programming language. Okay, so false, none, true, only starting letter as capital, remaining are all small letters. These are all keywords. In our upcoming session, each and every topic, I'll include clearly each and every keyword. But notice this, in this program already I use one keyword called import. Import is also one of the keyword which is used to import the library. So any library, if you want to import in your program, that we can use by using import keyword. So this is the keyword list. This code will execute anywhere, sir, not only in PyCharm. Even you can go to ideally software, which we have included in the last session. This is just default editor. So here also we can able to write the same code. Import keyword, and here print is not required. Keyword.kw list, then enter. So you got this keyword list here. Even this code you can write in Notepad, 2 lines, and save it and execute in command prompt. There also you will get keyword list. And make sure that each and every keyword is reserved for particular purpose. For example, here del is a keyword. This is used to delete object in Python. Okay. So here, for example, import is a keyword which is used to import the libraries. Def is a keyword which is used to define the function. If is a keyword which is used to perform the conditions. So like this, all keywords are having its own purpose. You should use for that purpose only. You can't use, no keyword can be used as a variable. For example, look at this. I am trying to use one of the keyword as a variable. Look at this def. Def actually it is a keyword, but I am using as a variable, sir. Look at this def. It's a variable. I'm using as a variable, but not. So it will not execute. Look at this. It's raised error. What error? Obviously, syntax error. Invalid syntax. Because the def is a keyword, it's designed for define the function, but you are using as a variable. So now let's remove this f. And can I use this as my variable? Yes, absolutely. Because this is your own name. So de is a variable name. It's a valid name. It will work now. 10 values printed. Okay. So what I mean to say, you don't use no keyword can be used as a variable only. So it's having complete purpose separately. Each and every keyword you have to use for what purpose it's designed. So you will come to know each and every keyword on the flow, topic to topic. So in each topic, we will introduce a lot of keywords. Okay, for example, if I go in future, exception handling, yeah, you can go ahead.
So I have a question about the second command, print bracket open keyword. In that one, there is no colon. So
Where,
is it
where?
the second one? Yeah, that one. Print bracket open keyword dot kw list. That one doesn't have a colon. Do we have the inside the bracket? Usually you write it, right?
There is no semicolon you are asking. This is
No. Inside the bracket.
double
Inside the
quote.
bracket.
Inside the bracket,
Double
what?
colon on the second, yeah, double colon or yeah, like that one. So
Believe
is it?
this is
Mm-hmm.
not, this is our own statement. Whenever you want to display something to the user with your own words or own statements, you should include within this double quotes. This is not
Okay.
our own. It's a standard one.
Okay.
It's a built-in one.
Okay.
See, generally, if you want
So
to,
did you import it? Did you import this one keyword? Okay. Yes, I was talking about. Mm-hmm.
if you want to display something to the user, you can display. This is printing output statement. What
Okay.
I want to print here, this keyword library inside lot of KW list is there. That means keyword list is there. This keyword list I want to print. That's what I'm using,
Mm-hmm.
print function.
Okay.
If I don't use print function here, keyword list will not print here in PyCharm. But without
Okay.
print, we can do it in ideally. Ideally, printing is not required. That was interactive window. That is just you can put the commands and directly it will print as
Okay.
when we press enter. In PyCharm, if you want to print something, either it is predefined things or user defined things, you must and should use print. Do you want to display keyword list to the users?
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's what print is required. This semicolon is
Okay. I
compulsory,
got it.
it's not required.
Mm-hmm.
This semicolon is end of the statement. It's not required to use in Python. Even if you use in Python also, it's not wrong. It's correct only. Optional, that is. So these are the keyword and we will discuss each and every keyword. It's having separate purpose. So you have to use for that purpose only. Now coming to this identifiers.
Sir, I have a quick question.
Yeah, carrier. Tell me.
See, if I have I have written a code of like 100 or 200 lines of code, right? So will that automatically take care of the indentation? So
Obviously.
there is a, yeah, sometimes like if I've written it in Notepad and I wanted to execute it, there is a possibility that I might miss out some indentation, right? So will PyCharm will automatically cook it? I mean, will automatically format the whole code?
That's what I said. No, just now I have written some if else condition, but automatically whenever it is a block consideration is there, immediately next line will leave the spaces of indentation automatically in PyCharm.
Okay, so it won't be able to format it, is it?
I'm not getting what is it. If you miss that format, then automatically it will not. But again, you have to rearrange it. And sometimes it will show you that format also. Whenever you miss the format, all these things like this, sometimes it will also rearrange the format or something. Links will be there. So automatically you can able to click the link. Automatically it will rearrange the format clearly in PyCharm.
Oh, okay. Sir, actually, I'm from the Oracle background. So if you're using SQL Developer, right, we use the format Control F7 and then it automatically formats the code in a readable way. It maintains, right? So that in that fashion, I'm asking like, will any other tools will help us out if there is any, formatting issues, just like the indentation?
That's what I'm saying, man. It's actually the format here. It is not there actually. So look at this, that something is wrong here. You can see when we place my mouse pointer, it's showing error actually, but auto format is not there. But sometimes when we write the block of code, it will suggest you there is a blue color link indication. You when we hit that, automatically it will format it. I'll show you clearly. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, and one more thing, like, will all the tools like the PyCharm or IDE will it give the suggestion or it has the intelligence behind the screen to give you?
No.
So instead of
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, instead of print, right, I write printf. Printf is not recognized in Python, right? So will it give the intelligence to automatically fix it?
No,
Or
automatically.
do
See, automatically fix is not. You can see this here. Printf is there. No, when we place mouse pointer over it, create function printf is available here. When I try to create printf function, what it's suggesting that it's a called as function. It's created with a name called def. It's a function name.
okay.
Okay, it's a fixing, but actually it is not suggesting, because look at this underline red squiggly is there, that indicates that you are doing something wrong here.
Okay.
And
So is there
if I miss this now, it will okay. But this
okay.
kind of things will not be available in the ideally or notepad like that. You don't look this one.
Okay. Is there an option like that? Do we have to turn on, turn off like that to give that suggestions?
No,
The minute you printed, you move the cursor and print, right? It came out a drop down there with a lot
yeah,
of options in there, right? So
yeah, that's what suggestion intelligence is by default will come in PyCharm editor. Sometimes even if you are importing some function, that function is not available, for example. So for example, you can see this here, I'm using what function, reduce function I'm using. Generally, I'm saying reduce is a function actually in Python. But all of a
okay.
sudden, I want to use reduce function, but this is saying that a red color squiggly is there, but it is suggesting me to import this functools module. When I click in the moment, automatically the library is available. Reduce function is clear. It's available in this module only.
Oh, okay. So
Even if you do any function naming, if that not present in the particular module, if you didn't import that, it will suggest you to import the module. If you know how to import, you can write your own way. Or if you don't know how to import, you can look at this one. We place mouse pointer on red squiggly. So it will suggest you to do this action directly. You can hit the link. So automatically it will available. Respective module and library will be placed at the top of the program.
okay. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah.
Now coming to this here, identifiers. See here, identifier is nothing but what you know. It's a naming rule in Python. So naming rule in the sense, generally, every programmer in Python programming, so usually we should provide the name of the variable or name of the function or name of the class, okay, like that. So a name is compulsory to recognize the value or to recognize or to call the function name, you have to know that. To create object for the class name, you have to use it. So the naming is compulsory. So what are the names and its rules? That is called identifier. Identifier is just a name. Either it can be a class name or function name or variable name. But in Python programming, while giving the names, so you should follow some rules and regulations. What are the rules and regulations? Let's try to give this. Now, generally, you can see the rule number 1. You can give the name lowercase or uppercase. Okay, but I suggest you uppercase. Recommended is lowercase, not uppercase. If you give uppercase, there is a problem. It's not a problem, but intention will be changed. So lowercase or uppercase is possible, but identifiers are case sensitive. That means what? How the way you provide the name, so same way how to access that. So these are the identifier rules. That 8 rules are there. In these 2 rules I'm explaining now first. Lowercase, and it can be uppercase or lowercase, and case sensitive also. Let's see this. For example, my variable name, okay, is like this: emp id equals to 123. So print emp id. So it's a valid. So okay, it's a valid expression, because how the way I just gave the name, same way I have accessed here. So emp id equals to 123. It will work, sir, now. So look at this, output is coming. So 123 value only here. But if I try to access that into capital letter, so emp id, so it's an error. So this emp id is defined in lowercase, but you are attempting to access into uppercase. That's not possible. The name error emp id is not defined. emp id lowercase is defined, but you are accessing through uppercase. But look at this. If I'm giving here emp id, so this is the valid. But I'll not suggest you to do this declaration of the variable names as capital. What is the problem actually? In general, when we declare the names in Python, okay, either it can be a function name or class name or anything in a capital letter, that meaning is it's a constant. Constant means in other languages, other language programming rules. So if the variable, if they declared constant, that means the value cannot be changed. But even in Python also, whenever you are going to declare the variable name on capital letters, that indicates that constant. But even you are conveying a message to the other developers by declaring your variable name in capital letters, that is a constant, other developer can understand that this value cannot change. We should not change. But even intentionally, if they want to change the value, they can do it. Why? Because Python do not support any constant variables. Only just for conveying purpose, we should declare the variable name as capital. If you give the capital, that indicates that you are saying that this value is a constant value, don't change. To the other programmers, you are giving indication. But if they want to change, they can change it also. So recommend is lowercase generally. If you give uppercase, they'll think that this is a constant value. So if really you want to convey the message to them constant, then you can declare that as a capital. Otherwise, you can maintain lowercase only. But look at this lowercase characters also I'm giving here generally. So look this here, this is EMPID. But note this point in this Python, whenever I'm trying to write the declaration, you can see this some standards are there to write the programming also. Suppose EMPID 123 is there. So there is some silver color squiggly is highlighted in the EMPID. When we place mouse pointer over here, so now we can see that is showing warning like PEP8 standard, that is Python enhancement proposal. Some standards are there. So now we can see when we place mouse pointer over, missing white spaces around operator. Here, what is the operator? Equal to is operator. They recommend to give white spaces around the operator completely. But I have not given any space, but even it will work. But this is not right way to write the code. Format is not correct, but it will work, no problem. But we have to maintain some standards. So how to do this? Now we can see this. Here you can see that is asking like this, reformat the file. So once we reformat the file, now automatically it will adjust. To reformat the file, then Alt plus Shift plus Enter keyword is there. This is a shortcut. So when I use this, automatically reformat, and now we can see white spaces is around created within the operator. So this is good, but still it is arranging okay. But still one more line is available in this EMPID declaration of variable. Generally in programming languages, whenever you declare the variable name in two words, like EMP is one word, ID is one more word. Now when we place mouse pointer here, you can see this typo rename to word only it is saying. So that means what actually, if it is word, that they are suggesting you to rename the word actually here. Why? Because the words need to be separate. If you are using two words variable, better to combine them using underscore. So I'm using underscore. Look at this. I underscore as soon as when we use the error and squiggly, everything is neat format. So this is what snake convention. So each and every word should be separated with underscore symbol. That is called snake convention. Generally, variable and function names in Python can be suggestible with snake convention, and the class name suggestible called camel case convention. Camel case convention. I'll talk about that in the class orientation. So this is the declaration of the variables are actually here. So in case you are trying to declare the variable in two parts, better to use underscore. So if you don't use underscore, just a warning it will give that's a format is not correct. So it's okay, no problem. That is standard format. So lowercase or uppercase, you can declare the variable, but it's a case sensitive only. How the way you declare, same way how to access. And rule number 3, identifiers means any names. Allow digits. Yes, sir. It will allow digits. You can include digits like 0 to 9 digits. You can include the names, but identifier or any name should not start with digit. It should not start with a digit, sir. Compulsory. So for example, you can see here EMP, okay, 1, ID 2. It's a valid. So EMP1, ID2 is a valid. So this will work fine. But where the digits are there, somewhere like not starting. If I provide the digit starting point like 5 and then 5, it's invalid. So no name can start with a digit. So this is invalid declaration. So this is the rule number 3 and 4. The names allow digits, but it cannot be starts with a digit. And coming to this rule number 5. Okay, rule number 5. Identifier allow underscore, as I said that, and identifier allow underscore, sir. If you want to declare the two parts of the variable, then better to use underscore by combining them. And make sure that if an identifier start with the underscore, then we can say it is private, then it is private. So identifier allow underscore. Okay, if an identifier starts with underscore, then we can say private. Generally, according to other languages, private, public, protected, some access modifiers are there. So using that access modifier, they will decide that this variable is private variable or public variable or protected variable, like that. Private variable, generally we can access within the same limitations. Public variable, no restriction, anywhere we can access. But in Python, how we can recognize once we declare the variable that is private or public means, just look at this here, identifier allow underscore. If you want to declare two parts, then better to give this underscore symbol. As we mentioned, like emp id is there, no? So this is only two parts actually, emp id. If I give the space, it will not allow you to do this. Now you can say space, I'm providing emp space id, that is valid, not that is invalid. So better to combine them by using underscore. This is valid. But I mean to say, if you start your variable or variable names or method names, okay, underscore, single underscore means that is protected. Protected means that is what actually, if we have a two classes, assume that parent class and child class. Inside the parent class, I declare single underscore through one variable. That variable I can also access in the child class. That is protected means parent class variables we can access into child class. If you starts with your name is single underscore. If I starts with double underscore, it's a strongly private search. Even the child and parent relation is there. Once we declare this double underscore variable inside the parent class, even the child is inherited from them, child can never access because it's a strongly private. This is not right situation to discuss about these private variables and public variables more. So we'll come across in upcoming session when I starts with object-oriented programming class. There it will be useful concept. Okay. So this is rules. Underscore is allowed. Yes. Okay. So if an identifier starts with underscore, then it is called as private. And rule number 7, no keyword or reserved word can be used as identifier. We can't use any keyword or reserved word as identifiers. As I said that, so look at this here, I'm using if is a keyword, but you are declaring that as a variable. But is this possible? No. No keyword or reserved word used as variable. It's not possible. Suppose here I'm taking IFF. It's a variable name. It's a corrective name. So this is your variable name working fine. So keywords or reserved words are not required to use. No need to use the variable names. It's not possible actually. So lowercase or uppercase is possible. Identifiers are case sensitive. It will allow digits like 0 to 9. And identifier should not start with the digits. And identifier allow underscore. So underscore in the sense we can combine two parts of the identifier easily by using underscore. If an identifier starts with underscore, then it is private. We can say that private in the sense restriction will be there. Sometimes in Python programming, we need to provide the restrictions on the variables, because if someone by accidentally or wantedly someone is accessing your variables, then that we should not allow them, because once we make the variable as private, then they don't modify the data. They cannot able to access the data. Possibility is there here. So these are the rules and regulations of identifiers. So these rules you must and should use while declaring the names clearly. Lowercase or uppercase, it's possible, and case sensitive. It will allow digits, okay, and it should not start with digit. An underscore is possible, and if an identifier starts with underscore, then it is what actually private. And no keyword or reserved word we can use as a identifier. These are the identifier rules and regulations. You must and should follow each rule and regulations like this. And coming to this variable section, what is variable? Variable also called as identifier. Yes, as I said, that identifier means any name in Python. Either it can be a variable name or class name or function name. Just names are called identifier. The name rules are these all name rules. Okay. So next, variable. Variable is having a separate definition. So variable is nothing but it's a named memory location. We can say that it is a named memory location. It is a named memory location, sir. And while declaring variable in Python programming, so you need not to specify any data type, because as I said that Python is a dynamically typed language, and based on the value which we assign to the variable, Python will decide the data type of that variable. So it's not required to decide the data type of the variable. It's a named memory location actually. Let's see this. Why named memory location? For example, a equals to 10, I'm saying. Then if I ask you 10 value, where it will go and store means you can say the name of memory of 10 is what? A. A memory it will store. So every variable has its own values. So print A. So this is correct. So this is variable declaration in Python, and it's a name memory location. We can say once I run this, you got this output clearly. Now you can see int A equals to 10, print A here. Okay. So this is variable declaration and multiple assignment also there. We'll discuss this into tomorrow session clearly. So that's all about today. So these are the very important fundamental concept and basic concepts you should consider this while writing Python code. Indentation, comment section, keywords or reserved words, identifiers, and variables, and multiple assignments. These are the rules available. I think I missed one rule. Let me show you something like this. Wait a moment, just a moment. Just wait for one day, you will receive this complete code Python documentation to you, so that it will be easy to manage your code and all. Okay, so I'll save this. Yeah, fine. I didn't miss any rule. Okay, I thought that it's I missed rule. Yeah, fine. So now you can ask the questions. If you have any questions regarding today's session or previous sessions, you can feel free to ask me. And tomorrow we'll see multiple assignment concept also. Then after that, we can move forward to other concepts.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, actually, the thing is, today it's my first class in this
Okay.
Python course,
Okay.
and I didn't attend the previous courses. Actually, I just called yesterday to DURGASOFT, and they just provided me the link today only. So I don't have the previous section knowledge.
No
So,
worries. No worries. You can do one thing. Today, I think you will receive my previous lecture, 3 videos lecture link, also YouTube link, so that you can also watch that 3 videos. And this is the 4th session. No, tomorrow I think it's a 5th session. Tomorrow is the last session, which is going to happen for demonstrations on this link only. So Saturday onwards, we are going to change the link. So up to Saturday, you can enroll for the sports. Only enrolled students will get the new link from our side, short link, that is not Zoom meeting link. So you can go through that 3 videos lecture. Anyway, once your enrollment process is over, then I'll share my all the video lectures up to now, whatever I conducted into your Google Drive, and you can download it also. Right now, just watch the 3 videos. They'll send the link also, YouTube link, or else you can also go directly DurgaSoft YouTube channel. In the recent playlist, you will find my videos, 3 video lecture videos.
Okay, just for the installation of Python and the PyCharm.
Yes,
all these
very
things. Right?
first 2 days only completely theoretical, then features and versions and history of Python and why Python and what subjects which I cover in Python, full stack development. And the third day, yesterday only, I did complete setup and installation. That was also there in video clearly, so it's not a problem for you.
Okay, I can install from there only. Actually, I don't know how to install, so I'll just watch the video and I will install all this.
Sure. It's a very simple and straightforward. There is no complexity. You can go through that. It will be clear. If any problem, then we will discuss in upcoming session. No worries.
Certainly, sir. And one more thing. So after tomorrow class and other classes will be on a chargeable basis, right? The subscription we have to take it, right?
Yes, exactly. Who enrolled, then for that we will send a link that is completely GoToMeeting link only. That link will, once we create, that will come around 2 weeks continuously. No need to change the link every time.
Okay, so
from day after tomorrow, the session is completely controlled by me only. So I'll control the session. I'll start and I'll stop and everything. I'll record and I'll send that video completely. But only first 5 lectures are DurgaSoft will hand over the sessions completely. They'll organize.
okay, sir. So for making the payment, they will send us the link, right?
Yes, exactly. After tomorrow.
Okay, certainly, sir. Thank you.
Hi, Reddy. Can you please show us the problem which you were having yesterday, that you were not able to execute file from the command prompt?
Command prompt.
I'm having the same problem. Yeah.
No. Actually, the problem is I have executed command prompt, but it's unable to move to desktop. That is the problem.
Yes. From the day I'm having the same problem,
Okay. I'll find out that. But actually, this is not a problem. Something went wrong at the system level, because I was working many sessions like this only in the same device. It was moved previously, but I have to rectify. But sir, that's what temporary solution I find, that if I can able to move desktop. That's what I use. The location is E drive. That there I can execute. No, clearly.
Okay, but I'm getting the same. What should I do at this point? I'm getting system cannot find the path. I'm getting the same message when I change it to the desktop.
Nothing to do. Then I'll find the solution. Even it's useful for me also, because I did many times in my previous lecture. But I'm wondering really what's happening in this case. Let's find out.
Sir. Hello, can I?
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Carry on.
Sir. Sorry for the interrupt. The solution is go to your menu desktop, sir. Main desktop. There we can create the one folder.
Already folder is created.
Yes. Right click on properties. Check the properties. Show me more options. Click it.
Yeah, properties.
Okay, I will check mine then.
Where
is the properties?
That's what I'm saying. Actually, I am using this new device, which is available in what you can say Windows 11. It was.
Yes, sir. I think desktop before you have some folders, sir. That's why it's not.
I have only
not working.
Okay.
I have only C drive. I have only C drive.
So C drive, you have to create the one folder, new folder. There
Okay.
will be there between the desktop and C drive. Somewhat is there. That's why it's not working.
Okay, fine. We'll find the solution. But previously I was worked clearly, so there was no problem at all. But I'll try to find. But even I don't get time. That's what I didn't concentrate much more on it. We'll see this. It's not a problem.
Yes, sir. I executed, sir. It's working fine.
Yeah. It will work.
Okay.
I know that. Previously I did only, so that's what.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Any more question from anyone?
Can you repeat this one? The point number 5. Sorry, point number, yeah, point number 5.
This
Point
one
number
variable.
5. No, the upper, the identifier sub point. Yes.
See, identifier, if it is any name is, if you want to declare the two parts of the name, like for example, so you can see my is one word and name is one word equals to, I can say Mohan. So if I print this my and space name, it will not work because the word is two parts. If you want to combine these two parts, you should not give the names in the space orientation. So you can give the underscore symbol by joining the two words on. So that's what
Okay.
names can allow underscores, you can use it.
Okay, so as you said before that the first point Python indentation, right? Indentation. So
Indentation.
by default we have
Indentation.
indentation. Okay, indentation. By default Python have four space, right?
Four space, but is only block level to consider a block, but it's not a block, it's a name.
Okay. No, okay. So the one which you said that you run on the notepad for the four space. So in what cases in what situation we will use that one on the notepad? Usually we will use the PyCharm, right? On PyCharm there is a by default there are four space on it.
That's what in notepad also you should have the clarity. So whenever you want to consider a block, for example here if block is there, or else function block is there, df function is there, function block it is. As soon as when we enter four spaces leaving here, function it's a block. In the function body you can write any number of statements like this only. Like this indentation levels only how to write it, this function block. Only block consideration we can use indentation, or else you can go for class block. So class is there, class name is there. Now you can see cursor is blinking in the indentation levels only. But you are not writing any class or any block, directly writing statements here. Hello. It's a normal statement, no? So you are looking only one line, and after that you are jumping into other lines, not a block. Same starting position only, it will start. No indentation like this. These are all individual statements which we are writing.
Okay, and yesterday you run one command from the command from, and then it execute the file. You saved file on idly. Can you show that again? Yesterday you saved the file on notepad and then execute that file through the command prompt.
That's what actually in E drive I have saved like this. So in E drive, so let's go to E drive. You can able to execute that. Suppose you can see I have saved that files in E drive only. So you can see E drive. We have a file called test1.py file. This you want execute, then you can write execution is possible. Normally you can go to command prompt and move to E drive, and the file name is what actually you can decide that. So that is test1.py. So that file you can use it. Now E drive Python space test1.py. That's it.
Okay.
Or else py space test1.py also we can use it, no problem. Py space test1.py. Anyone it will work. Py space test1.py.
And I have a question about this comment. I have seen in other YouTube videos they are talking about single line, single comment, and multiple comment.
No, that was not a single
line. Is it different from this one?
This one only. Single line means every line you can start with
one hashtag, right? Hashtag common
multi-line means it is only multi-line. Multiple lines at a time you can do. But comments in Python is only hash symbol. There is no other way. Somebody will like this. This is actually comment only. This is not a correct. This is a description. I'll give you clarity on this. So whatever we started with triple quotes, starting and ending with triple quotes, this is not a comment. It's a description. Even if I run this code, you can see this. It is a what we can say. It will execute. But you may get doubt why this is a program not printing means it's not printing, it is a description, but Python interpreter will consider this also in the execution.
Oh, okay.
But if I give this one, now Python interpreter will not consider this as an execution. Look at this. This is. I'll tell you one simple logic so that you'll understand clearly. So generally, normally, whenever you want to declare the block of code inside the block, if you don't want to use anything, then I recommend to use pass keyword. Pass means what? Python interpreter indication that the programmer has not given any code. That is the meaning. Okay, pass is given, fine. So if I call this function, it will work fine, sir. It's a very neat code, fine. But instead of pass, so if I don't give anything, means what actually here? Nothing is there in the block. If nothing is there in the block, it will not allow you to execute. Something should be there in the block. Something should be there in the block means I'm giving this is description, but something is there. That means Python interpreter is considering this something is there. That's what it allow me. But look at this same thing if I do this comments, but is this Python interpreter consider something is there like this? Nothing is there. Still it is an error. So you must and should use pass. So it will work. Okay. So this is comment. This is not consider and the execution part. That's what if it is not going to consider it, it's take like nothing is there in Python function. Nothing is there means you should pass it. Suppose if I give this into triple quotes, this is a description, means here no need to use pass because Python is considering this as a body of the function in the execution. So it will work fine. So this is the proof. This is not a comment, it's a description. It will consider Python interpreter execution. But when we give the hash symbol that is comment, it won't consider in the execution.
Okay, thank you.
So that's all for now. See you tomorrow. And you have only option tomorrow only. You can able to attend this on this link. And after tomorrow, you should decide that to join my session if you really wish to continue. So otherwise, you can go through your own way. It's not a problem. But tomorrow only you have a chance, 5th day. And after that, we will provide a short link from my end. But those who already enrolled and we have already your mails with us. So please wait for 1 day. You will receive 5 video lectures and complete soft copy of material core Python. So just wait a minute, okay? Yes. I'm going to ending this session because some other session need to be organized. They are waiting for my end. This problem is only for this link only. Next link onwards, you can able to ask any doubts at any extent time. No problem. I'll ready to do this.
Okay, sir. Bye.
Yeah.